The life of Chao Khun Nor and his meditative powers. Chao Khun Nor, originally named Trik Chintanon, was born on February 5, 1897, in a house behind Wat Sommanas Vihara, Bangkok. The eldest of 5 children, he was the son of Phraya Narachphakdi and Phuk. Trik completed his primary education at Sommanas Vihara School and continued his secondary studies at Wat Benchamabophit School before pursuing political science. In 1914, at the age of 17, he entered the civil service school under the auspices of King Rama VI, graduating as a top student in political science. His subsequent career saw him rise rapidly through the ranks of the royal palace, where he became a trusted confidant and personal assistant to the king. In an extraordinary testament to his standing, King Rama VI bestowed upon the young, 25-year-old Trik the prestigious title of Chao Phraya, the highest honor attainable in Thailand. Of the 4 Phraya contemporaries of Chao Khun Nor who received land grants from King Rama VI, each constructed opulent mansions. One, in particular, erected a palace of Italian marble, subsequently named Ban Narasingh, which now serves as the Thai Kufa Palace and the Prime Minister's office. The other 3, however, built their own lavish residences in various styles, showcasing their wealth and influence in Thai society. Another built the Grand Bantamson Mansion, adorned with a striking statue of Narai reclining on the ocean. This grand property, now known as Ban Pitsanulok, was once the domain of high-ranking state officials. Since then, it has evolved into a symbol of both opulence and historical significance in Thailand. Originally intended as the official residence for the Prime Minister, it remains unoccupied due to persistent rumors of haunting. The 3rd Phraya constructed Ban Manankasala on Lan Luang Road. This residence later served as the headquarters for Field Marshal Pibil Songkram Seri Manankasala Party. In contrast, Chao Khun Nor left his granted land untouched until King Rama VI initiated plans to build him a house comparable to the other Phraya's opulent residences. Undeterred, Chao Khun Nor respectfully approached the king to decline this generous offer, stating his intention to return both the house and land if the building proceeded. When King Rama VI died suddenly, Chao Khun Nor was very sad and decided to leave the palace. Meanwhile, his parents had arranged a marriage with a lady teacher, a prospect he would soon decline in favor of a different path. Chao Khun Nor ultimately informed his parents of his decision to become a monk. Prior to his ordination, he generously donated his vacant land to the temple, retaining no personal possessions. This property is located in Swanararat, near the Rat Cha Thiwi district in Bangkok. He formally entered the monkhood at Wat Thesaran on November 25, 1925, at the age of 28, the day before the royal cremation of King Rama VI. This marked the beginning of his lifelong monastic journey. As a monk, Chao Khun Nor embraced a simple and solitary existence. His dwelling was a bare hut, furnished only with an old coffin and a skeleton used as meditation aids. The hut lacked modern conveniences like electricity and running water. When questioned about his austere lifestyle, he explained, "Nature provides abundantly for human needs, so why seek more?" In fact, such simplicity enhances the monastic practice of Dhamma and Vinaya. Rainwater, being naturally pure, is suitable for consumption without causing harm. However, there are certain dietary restrictions to consider. Electricity is largely unnecessary, as the sun provides ample daylight from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., allowing us to be productive during this time. Once the sun sets, it is essential to prioritize inner peace and engage in vipassana meditation during the quieter hours of darkness. Chao Khun Nor was a strict monk. He only ate 1 vegetarian meal a day, every day. He never accepted anything from anyone, with the exception of his nephew, who would bring vegetarian food from his mother's house. He did not accept any form of offering from the villagers. People said Chao Khun Nor could see the future and read minds. He made predictions that later came true, but nobody believed him at first. When his predictions were right, everyone was amazed. After that, the villagers wanted to know what the future held for them. They came to see Chao Khun, but he wouldn't tell them. Even though they knew Chao Khun didn't like to predict people's futures, people still visited him. Some brought gifts, others wanted advice, and everyone hoped to hear about what was to come. Chao Khun didn't like all the attention. When people offered gifts, he declined and suggested donors give them to other monks, insisting they were equally virtuous. The villagers were so upset and thought that he looked down on them. They complained and brought the matter to the attention of the abbot of Wat Benchamabophit. When the abbot, Sumdij Prafata Koshacharn, heard this, he summoned Chao Khun Nor and asked him about this matter. Chao Khun Nor explained to the abbot that his primary focus was to dedicate his life to studying the Buddha's teachings and honoring King Rama VI. He felt he needed a quiet setting to immerse himself in these pursuits. Receiving visitors and dealing with worldly concerns would hinder his spiritual development. The abbot understood Chao Khun Nor's perspective and expressed sympathy for his situation. Chao Khun Nor told the abbot that understanding Buddhism was difficult and he needed time to study quietly. He didn't want to be busy with visitors that would take away his time for studying and practicing Buddhism. Chao Khun Nor was very serious with his daily prayers. He rarely missed a beat, except when a vicious animal bite left his foot swollen and inflamed. He once said something strange. He told the other monks that if he were absent from the prayer one day, it would mean he had passed away. On January 8, 1971, that morning, he instructed the children who brought him food not to come, and also informed the monks residing near his hut that he would not be joining them at the temple. Chao Khun Nor was a solitary monk who lived a simple life. He rarely received visitors, always keeping his hut door locked. One evening, someone went to visit him but found his door unlocked. Inside, they made a shocking discovery: Chao Khun Nor was dead. Wrapped in his monk's robes and covered with a mosquito net, he looked like he was simply sleeping. It was later determined that he had passed away that morning around 11 a.m. The cause of death was peaceful, in his sleep. His death was a quiet and peaceful end to a life dedicated to meditation. Known for his deep devotion, he was a man of few words, but his spiritual practice was legendary among those who knew him. It was a solitary existence with an unwavering focus on inner peace. Intriguingly, from the moment he donned the saffron robes until his final day, Chao Khun Nor never ventured beyond the temple grounds. Even amidst the chaos of World War II, when panic drove most monks to seek refuge elsewhere, he remained steadfast in his solitary vigil. It is said that Chao Khun Nor did not create any amulets during his lifetime. He is known for his meditation on Buddhism and the path to enlightenment. But there are various amulets attributed to Chao Khun Nor, and others may have created these during his lifetime. He did not make any amulets himself, but he did bless amulets made by other monks. He was so special that various amulets were attributed to him for blessings after other famous monks had already blessed them. Many people also came to Chao Khun Nor to bless their amulets. Normally, he would agree because he was kind. While he was focusing on the amulets, strange things happened. On one occasion in 1969, a reporter took a photo of Chao Khun Nor blessing amulets. In the picture, they see bright lights coming from his brush as he sprinkles the holy water. According to the reporter's experience, the bright lights that emerged from the brush were different from typical photos taken in the past by other monks. This had happened many times during the consecration ceremonies of amulets by Chao Khun Nor. They believed that this was the meditative power of Chao Khun Nor, and his chanting was confirmed to be efficacious. Before he died, one fine day, Chao Khun told his nephew, his sister's son, who had cared for him for a long time, exactly when he would pass away. As a special gift, Chao Khun wanted to make him a lucky charm. He asked his nephew to find gravel stones in Bang Bo district in Samut Prakan province, a place near Bangkok. The nephew was curious and asked why they needed gravel stones. Chao Khun explained, "These stones are walked on every day, but they never get angry. They're like parents who always forgive their children, no matter what." His nephew asked, "If Bang Bo district doesn't have gravel, can I get it from somewhere else?" Chao Khun replied, "No, you can only get it from Bang Bo district." Bang Bo means pond in Thai, which symbolizes a pool of gold and silver. The nephew searched Bang Bo district until he filled a bag with 9 different kinds of gravel, just like Chao Khun Nor said. After that, Chao Khun Nor instructed his nephew to put the stone on a Bodhi leaf shape, which can be made from paper, silver, gold, or any material, and write down the name of the wearer on the Bodhi leaf. Then he had to write the owner's name on the leaf. Afterwards, Chao Khun Nor would consecrate and bless the stones and the Bodhi leaf with holy water. Chao Khun Nor lived a life of excellent austerity and was well known for his meditative powers. What made these stones special is that Chao Khun Nor usually didn't make amulets himself. Instead, he focused on meditation and spiritual practices. They believed the stones held special blessings and protective powers because they were made by him personally. Chao Khun Nor said he wanted to leave something good behind for people before he passed away, so he made these amulets as a way to protect and bring good fortune to others. He reassured his nephew that everything would be okay. Sometimes, Chao Khun would give amulets to people, and he would instruct them to make some donations and never to take things for free. Here, I have some interesting tales to tell about the life of Chao Khun Nor, which different people experienced at different times. Unbelievable tales. The miracles of Chao Khun Nor. Chao Khun Nor was a very strange monk who lived in the village. He was different from everyone else because he never wore shoes and walked on the tips of his toes. People were curious about why he did this, but they thought it might be a special way to exercise. When he came back from walking, he would always wash his feet in a big bowl before going inside his hut. Then, a terrible disease struck the village. Everyone was scared and wanted to get well. They asked Chao Khun Nor for holy water that they thought could make them better, but he said no. One person was very brave and decided to take the water from the bowl where the monk washed his feet. Not knowing what else to do, the man took the water and brought it back to the village. No one knew where this water came from or what it was for. Amazingly, all the sick people who drank the water recovered. They thought it was holy water from Chao Khun Nor. The person who got the water was very surprised. Soon, everyone in the village heard about the miracle cure. They all rushed to ask Chao Khun Nor for the holy water, but he said he never gave anyone any holy water. This made everyone very confused. The monk, who lived next to Chao Khun Nor, couldn't stand all the people coming to the temple. He told everyone the truth. Chao Khun Nor didn't have any holy water. He said he saw one person take the water from the monk's foot washing bowl, but he didn't know why at the time. Even Chao Khun Nor knew about it. When people found out where the holy water really came from, everyone wanted some. They rushed to get water from the bowl. Some people waited for the bowl to be filled and then took all the water right away. This made it very hard for the person who filled the bowl because they had to do it many times every day. Finally, they put the bowl in Chao Khun Nor's room so people would stop taking all the water. Next amazing tale. One evening, after saying his prayers, Chao Khun Nor waited for Chao Khun Udam Sarasopham. He told him about a possible bad thing that might happen and said he should be careful when he traveled. Chao Khun Udam was going to build a new building in Nakhon Nayok. Despite the warning, Chao Khun Udam decided to continue with his plans. On the way there, his car flipped over. Luckily, he was only a little hurt and stayed in the hospital for a short time. People who saw the car were amazed that he and the driver were okay. Later, they found out that the driver was wearing something lucky from Chao Khun Nor. It was seen as a clear sign of the power of Chao Khun Nor's blessing. Another incredible tale. One day, Chao Khun Nor was talking to his students about Cambodia. He said that bad things would happen to the people of Cambodia soon because there would be a big fight. His students were surprised and didn't believe him, but they didn't say anything. A few days later, the news said that there was a big fight in Cambodia to make the leader leave. The people were hurt, and many were killed in the violent conflict. The students were very shocked and amazed that Chao Khun Nor knew about it before it happened. They realized that he could see what would happen in the future when he was meditating. From that day on, they looked at their teacher with even more respect and amazement. Lastly, one rainy day, a new monk arrived and stayed in the room next to Chao Khun Nor. The walls between the rooms were thick and made of concrete. A few days later, the new monk's friends came to visit. The new monk took out a violin and was about to play. Before he started, Chao Khun Nor opened his window and asked the friend to tell the monk to put away the violin. He explained that it wasn't suitable for a monk to play such an instrument. Everyone was very surprised because the walls were very thick, and it seemed impossible for Chao Khun Nor to see or hear what was happening in the next room. It was even more surprising because the new monk had never played the violin before that day. Many people, including his students, thought Chao Khun Nor was a very wise person who had reached the highest level of understanding. They believed this because of the amazing things he could do. There's a special mantra from Chao Khun Nor for us to recite. It is like a magic word that can make your wishes come true. People believe reciting this mantra can help you get what you want in life. Now, let us chant the Chao Khun Nor and Dhamma Vitako Bhikkhu mantras with concentration, a focused mind, and sincere prayer. This will bring about the fulfillment of one's wishes. May all your wishes come true. Now let us chant the preliminary prayer. Before chanting to any Thai Buddhist statue or amulet. First, chant 3 times of this initial mantra. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
สิทธมัตถุสิทธมัตถุสิทธมัตถุอิทังพลังเอตัสมิงรัตนัตยัสมิงสัพพสาธนะเจตโสสิทธมัตถุสิทธมัตถุสิทธมัตถุอิทังพลังเอตัสมิงรัตนัตยัสมิงสัพพสาธนะเจตโสสิทธมัตถุสิทธมัตถุสิทธมัตถุอิทังพลังเอตัสมิงรัตนัตยัสมิงสัพพสาธนะเจตโส
May this mantra, imbued with the wisdom of Chao Khun Nor, bring harmony and prosperity to your life.